Hello and welcome to Unity of Las Vegas. My name is Jim Lee. Well, this week we're starting off a three-part series, and it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Kinda, sorta. What we're doing, we're taking a look at this thing called life. There's many ways to look at it. One of the ways that I'm familiar with, and probably most of you are as well, and it's a quote from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolate. You don't know what you're going to get. And have you noticed that's the way life is? How many of you all knew in January what it was going to be like now in August? You didn't know. This life is uncertain, and you have no idea what you're going to get. And that's one aspect of life. And of course, I have to go philosophical on you. There is Kierkegaard, a Danish philosopher and theologian. And he said this: life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. So now, I want to take a look at this thing called life that we want to experience it. And when I first got into Unity, which is back in the early 80s, I was given this book. It was called The Game of Life and How to Play It. As a matter of fact, every new person that came to Unity was given this. And I liked it. This was fabulous. And there's a line in here that I want to read. And it goes like this: the game. Most people consider life a battle. It's not a battle. It's a game. It is a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law. Well, we're going to play this game successfully, and we're going to use spiritual law, and we're going to use you and your consciousness to maneuver in this game of life. Now, I would say this next 3 Sundays are going to be covering a whole lot of things, and we're going to be stepping into some new aspects of the game of life, and we're going to be pointing some things that you maybe have not seen before. But this thing I want you to know: in this game of life, it's not only serious, but I want you to know it's just like playing here in Las Vegas. Las Vegas has a whole lot of casinos and whatnot, and I was talking to people and they were saying that when you play any game in a casino, the house wins. Well, I want you to know the game of life is just like that, except you are the house. You and I are winners. And when we're not, that's because we're playing the wrong game. We're playing the game of illusion. We're not playing the real game. And next thing I want you to know, in this game, we're in it to win it. And that means this: that there's no way for us to lose because we are going to win. There's no losers in this. You, right now, just open your minds and hearts so that you can accept you're a winner. So before we even play the game, I want you to shout, "I'm in it to win it, and I'm a winner!" Hoo, hoo, hoo. So you're probably saying, Jim, you're getting carried away. Oh, this is something we all should get carried away with. Before we get into all of that, just take a moment. I want to pray in such a way that I really want to connect our energies. I want to create an atmosphere in which it's not so much my words that I've written down here, but it's the transmission of spirit from me to you through the universe so we can collaborate together on this game of life. Let's take a moment. Infinite Spirit, we're now open and receptive to new ways of looking at this life. We're now seeing divine patterns take place, of which we are in harmony and sync with you. We're moving and we're open and we're accepting the fact that we are light beings, here to give light, generate light, and be the light. And in this consciousness now, we are so open and receptive that you are now able to lead and guide us in all the pathways through this life, but more importantly, you are directing us to the right place at the right time to do the right thing so that we can be successful. Almighty God, we're in it to win it. This is our prayer because this is who we are. We're naming it and claiming it through the power and the authority of Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. Jumanji and the game of life. Are you ready to play? Well, before we get into all of that, I'd just like to acknowledge Michelle. She's going to sing us a song. And it's I Came Here to Be. What did you come here to be? Let's be open and receptive now so we can play this game of life.
Come on. I came here to be victorious. I came here to be a light. I came here to be spiritual. I came here to be a light. I came here to be playful. Yeah, yeah. I came here to be a light. Yeah, light. I came here to be radiant. I came here to be a light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. Radiant light. I came here to be playful. Oh, I came here to be a light, light, light. I came here to be radiant. I came here to be a light. Yeah. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. A radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. I'm a victorious, spiritual, playful, radiant light. A radiant light.
Jumanji and the game of life. I love that movie, Jumanji. So, Jumanji is a Zulu word and it means many effects. Well, there were 3 Jumanjis. The first one started Robin Williams, one of my favorite actors of all time and comedians. And then there were 2 more. Now, in this series, it seems like there's a truth of the movie that is close to life, and there's the universe has many effects, multiple realities. And I want to go down to the second Jumanji, which really is set up by 4 high school students. I mean, they have detention and they run across this game. And they get sucked into this game, to this video game. And when they do, this game has avatars, and an avatar is like a spiritual being that has this body, and so now they have this body that's not really theirs, but it is theirs, and they've got all of these skills and abilities. Well, what we're going to do is have a movie clip here to talk about this. The 4 stars' bodies that they step into is Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan. Oh, these are 4 fantastic people. We're going to get an opportunity to see just what happens when they assume these bodies.
Okay, this is what I'm good at. Playing video games. It's what I do. It's literally the main thing that I do. Play a game like this, there's gonna be levels. In order to finish the game, you gotta complete all the levels. The levels are gonna get harder as we go along. We complete the levels.
Spencer, do you even know where we're going?
Kinda.
Kind of? Oh, that's good then. We're in good hands.
Okay. The missing piece, I'm guessing.
Oh my God, that must be what we're looking for, the missing piece of the map.
But the problem is, there's nothing here.
What do you mean there's nothing there? It's a map, just like I said. It's a map of Jumanji.
Cartography,
What's that?
the study of maps. It was one of Professor Oberon's skills.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, so you can't see this, but I can?
The characters we chose, we all have certain skills. So there's gotta be a way to access our...
Oh!
What'd you just do?
Strengths. Fearless. Climbing. Speed. Boomerang. Smoldering intensity.
What the hell are you doing?
What just happened?
You just smoldered.
Weakness. None?
How'd you do that? That list?
Well, I think I just pressed my enormous left pec.
Yeah, it's like the boob area. Let me show you.
Get the hell away from me.
At least press it in front of us so we know exactly how to...
Strengths, karate, tai chi, aikido, dance fighting. Dance fighting? Is it even a thing? Weakness, venom.
Seriously. Paleontology, what does that even mean?
Study of fossils, I think. That's kind of cool.
Says the gorgeous karate badass to the old fossil guy who doesn't have any endurance.
I hate this game.
Weakness, cake.
Yes, cake is my weakness, along with speed and strength.
Huh.
Strength is my weakness. Hey, quick question. How is strength my weakness? Somebody explain that to me. And why would I need speed? Why would I need to be fast when I'm being chased by an enormous killer zebra or some shit in this dumbass hat?
You're also a good weapons valet.
What does that mean?
Well, I think it means you carry my weapons in your backpack and you give them to me when and if I need them.
Well, everybody has all these skills and abilities, and I just want you to know, sound familiar? We have come in and we've assumed these bodies. And these bodies have come equipped with some skills and abilities and things they can do well and things they can't do right. Now, you just can't look at the body and just assume that it has certain skills and abilities. You have to actually work through them. My beloved brothers and sisters, you know, somebody would look at me and says, oh, look, he's got soul. No, I don't. I can't dance. Don't have any rhythm. You can't determine what it is. You've got to experience it. I want you to know, each and every one of us came here with skills, abilities. The skills and abilities that we have are designed for us to play the game and to win. We came here with it. I just want you to know there are different aspects of this in this game, and this game is like a metaphor, and I want to give you an example of what a metaphor is. A metaphor is a figure of speech that makes an implicit, implied, or hidden comparison between two things that are unrelated, but which share some common characteristics. So this game of life that I'm pointing to is just like, it has an aspect of the Jumanji, and that is we're now have these bodies and we're in this interesting landscape. What is this landscape? Where did it begin? How are we dealing with this game of life? Well, I want to start off by saying it started before we arrived here. In fact, the playing field started 13.7 billion years ago with the first singularity, with the Big Bang that created this landscape that we're playing in. And 13.7 billion years ago, this universe came into existence, and I just want you to know we're part of it. Deepak Chopra, in his book called You Are the Universe, says just that. We are the universe, and the universe is us. There's no distinction between us and the universe. We're one. And so I just want you to know that's a major point that I want us to take a look at, is that we are harmoniously connected, intertwined with the universe. The next thing, and I just want us to know that in Genesis, the first chapter, it says, in the beginning, God created everything, but he made us in his image and likeness. So I just want you to know that we are really spiritual beings that are inhabiting this body, and that really this game is more of a spiritual game. We are in a game that we are now participating in with a body, but it's really a spiritual activity. And the other thing that I want you to know, that in this universe that has this wonderful, magnificent game that we're playing and that we're one with, the universe has certain characteristics that's been in existence from the very beginning. Since we're one with it, and it's one with us, I would say I want to pick out a couple of them. Brian Swim says there's 10 powers of the universe. There's 2 of them that are particular for this first series. First one is this, homeostasis, which means this, that as this universe evolves and as this planet evolves, there's an underlying essence that keeps everything in checks and in balance. And since everything was good and perfect from the very beginning, it stays that way, but it's also evolving. Give you an example. If you think a cyclone is bad or a typhoon is bad, it looks destructive, but it really isn't. What's happening, a cyclone and a typhoon, is balancing out the hemisphere. Without those, we couldn't survive. This universe is balancing out every single thing, and that's what's happening now. We think the coronavirus that's coming to us is really bad. I'm going to say we need to rethink this in this game of life, because nothing is bad. Everything is good. Everything is working harmoniously. There is a concept that is all good in God's neighborhood, and there is a concept that, you know what? It's all good. Now, when we really look at that, we can see, what if everything that's happening, once we look at it right and play the game right, we see is in homeostasis, and that everything is happening for our good. Next thing, I would say in this game of life, we have another attribute that's been here for 13 billion years, and that is emergence. This universe is constantly expanding, constantly growing. This universe is not the same as it was 10 billion years ago. It is growing and expanding. Something is new is on the horizon. Same thing with us. As we are in harmony with everything that's going on, we are constantly emerging and evolving and growing. So a part of this game is there's always newness that's happening. How many of you here are exactly the same as you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago? I know I am not. I'm not the same as I was a month ago. I have evolved. We all are evolving. If you take a look at your phone, if you've been around long enough, your phone has changed. It has gone from an instrument that was in the house that we spoke through to now we're carrying around on our hip, and it's also dubbed as a computer and a whole lot of other things. It has evolved. But guess what? Who did the evolving? Who created it? We are evolving. Now, the aspect of that is so beautiful because we are evolving to something. That's the beautiful thing that I want you to know about this wonderful game of life. And so now, we're ready to evolve and to grow spiritually. We want to put it all together with this common theme. Life is meant to be lived, but the game of life, I want us to come from a certain point of view. To give you an example, there's a story in the Bible of Moses, and he was in the Jewish people. They were walking around in the desert. They were lost for 40 years, and then they came across what's called the Promised Land. And I got ready to go into the Promised Land, but they took a look and they said, we need to investigate. So they sent some spies in. One of them was Joshua and Caleb, and other 10 were from the tribes. And this is what they did. They went and they looked and they analyzed, and 10 of them came back and said, oh my God, it's bad, it's horrible, we're going to die, we can't take this over. Joshua looked at it and he says, wow, this is perfect for us. Same thing happened, but they were looking at it from a different point of view. Joshua was looking at it, I'm in harmony with all of this. This is designed for me. I'm playing this game and I'm going to win it. Joshua, not only was he prepared to go in, but to plan to be victorious, he came from a different place than we would normally come from. He came from victory already. He wasn't going in there trying to muscle his way in and say, it's up to me and I'm going to do all of that. That's not the game we're playing. We are willing now to be orchestrated and to be guided and coming from victory. So the next thing I want you to know is you've already won this game. Now the key is how do you play it? And I'm inviting you to wake up in the morning. Take a look around. Breathe in and relax. And the first thing I want you to say is, my God, what a fantastic time it is to be alive. Breathe that in, and then I want you to get into the homeostasis and then just relax and to be present to everything that's all around you. Be at peace with it, no matter what it is, no matter what it looks like, feels like. Be at peace with it. And then to know that you're ready to step into this uncharted day, but no matter what is going to occur, you're coming from victory, knowing that you're going to win already. It reminds me of years ago, there's this TV series, it's called Columbo. And you are, in the TV series, he was an interesting little detective. But when they started off the show, every week, you know who did it. The key to Columbo was how does he discover along the way how you did it. Well, in this game of life, it's just like Bobby McFerrin is saying, it's not the end, it's how we play it every moment of the day. So how are we playing it? I want you to play from the point of view, I'm in it to win it. Playing it from the point of view, you know what? I'm already victorious. I am one with the universe. The universe is one with me, and everything is happening for my good. When we breathe that in, that is the first step into this game of life. Now, if you're ready to play this, we're now going to step you into it deeper. But before we can go anywhere, you got to know the ground rules. You're a winner. You already won. If you think you've lost, you're in the wrong game. Get in the right game. Open your heart to the magnificence of the universe that you were created for. And then the other thing, realize everything is happening for your good. You have the skills and abilities. You came here perfectly designed to play this game. And as life occurs, you'll see you have exactly what it takes to be able to maneuver, be successful, create the life that the infinite presence is designed for you. So as we step through this now, Lisa's ready to take us into a wonderful meditation so we can experience this, take it on, so we can get ready to go to the next step.
And so, Jumanji and the Game of Life, Part 1. We really could also name this for today, Who Do You Think You Are? Because who you think you are is everything. And yet here in the third dimension, just in everyday life, life is very seductive when it comes to who we think we are. We wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror and you think, that's who I am. And then you have thoughts, you have emotions, you have perceptions on how things are going in the day, and you think, that's the truth of how it really is. But really we have, and what we're saying today is that there is so much more to us, that we have so many more resources to really pull from. So Alberto Villoldo is a medical doctor who felt that Western medicine was really missing the mark on many areas in terms of what it really meant to be healthy. And so he spent 20 years in Peru with shamans to learn another way of thinking, another type of a wisdom. And what he says is, the mystical shaman dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around the shoulders and singing the world into being. This reminds us to be in the world and to travel through it, but not to be defined by it or to become too attached to the experience. This is the symbol of true alchemy. For all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. So in order to really be this type of what he calls a mystical shaman, to be able to dance between worlds, to be able to wear the world as a loose garment, we need to be able to move into larger, more expansive parts of ourselves that we can call the essential self. Now, ironically, this essential self, this larger self that we are, is not accessible to any of the 5 senses. It's not something you can directly see or touch or feel or know in that type of a way. But yet, at the same time, it is the most potent part of ourselves, the most expanded parts of ourselves. And it really allows us to have what we call an aerial view on life. So you may notice if you have taken a flight in an airplane and you choose to look out and look at the earth from that standpoint, it looks completely different from when you're on the ground. From the aerial view, you're able to see things in a completely different perspective. You can see farther, and you can see connectivity, how everything really is working together and fits together, almost like a giant puzzle. And you can be, from this standpoint, the true alchemist. And as light workers, we are really working to bring spirit into this three-dimensional reality, into the earth. And that larger perspective makes that possible, where we truly then can manifest all manner of miracles and begin to sing our world into being through this intention. And so interesting with the movie Jumanji, it's one of my favorite movies. The remake, the first remake with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, when they first found themselves in the game, they were shocked to be inside of a new avatar. This whole idea of being who they are, but now they have a completely different body, was very jarring for them. This was something that was completely new. But the characters themselves evolved over time. So by the time the third movie came out, there was a scene there where they deliberately changed avatars and everybody had a different body. So whatever avatar you are currently finding yourself in right now, know that you can take an aerial view and see the larger picture and see the connectivity of what is really going on. You can wear your avatar as a loose garment, and you can become a true alchemist, bringing light to the world. And so let's now take this into meditation. So I invite you, wherever you are, just to begin to take some deep breaths in and allowing this breath to allow you to just be fully present here. And notice how the breath itself has a way of dancing between worlds. And it can connect the physical body with the mind and with your feeling nature, and just allow it to do its connectivity and feeling all these parts of yourself coming into harmony and into balance. And so now imagine before you that there is a beautiful woven basket, woven beautifully, just sitting there waiting for something to be put inside. And see yourself now in the very first moments of your incarnation here on this life. Just imagine yourself as a newborn infant. And whatever memories that you have of that experience, unconsciously, just allow those now to be placed inside of this basket. And now imagine yourself in your first year of life. Any memories, conscious or unconscious, that have been accumulated during that time. Just place them gently in this beautiful basket. And now imagine yourself for the first 5 years of your life, just whatever memories that you have of that particular time, whatever occurred, whatever circumstances, thoughts of loved ones, of challenges. See all of those memories now being placed in this beautiful basket. And now move forward into the next 5 years of your life. You're now a 10-year-old. And all of the memories that have accumulated in those years are now being placed gently in the basket. And now just allow yourself to go year by year up until your current age. And one by one, just allow these memories now just to come forward, conscious or unconscious. all the people that you've met, all of your experiences. And place these now gently inside of this basket. And feel this amazing lightness of being that comes about, that is present now. Breathe in this expansive self. Breathe in this truth of who you are. Breathe in this largeness of heart. Feel the freedom that is there. Feel the amazing capacity and connectivity that is there. Feel the peace that is there. And now in this largeness of self, take a look at your avatar in this way that you are holding this avatar as a loose garment. You can be with your avatar from inside, looking out through its eyes. And be with your avatar from the outside, looking directly at it, from above, from below. Just allow this movement, this freedom of being to be present in relation to your avatar. And know that whatever is happening in your life, whatever challenges that you are experiencing, that from this perspective, there is peace, there is connectivity, there is depth of meaning, there is potency, and there is the true freedom for you to bring forth your light unencumbered into the world. Rumi says, although your appearance is earthly form, your essence is pure consciousness. You are the fearless guardian of divine light. So come, return to the root of your own soul. I invite you this day to sing your world into being. And so it is.
Thank you, Lisa, for a wonderful centering meditation. And thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us today. And just remember this, you are a magnificent being. You are a child of God, and you're in this game of life, and you're in it to win it. This is what we're about today. So if this message touched, moved, and inspired you in such a way, or you know what, you have a friend that you think may like this, please send it to them. But the other thing I invite you to do so that we can be here to support you in your spiritual growth, consider contributing to the ministry. Take a look. You can go on your phone. We have a couple of ways that you can do it. You can text it in, or you can go to our website, hit the donate button, and you'll be able to send money that way. Or you could just mail it into our office. Please consider that it's an opportunity so that we can continue being here and doing this. So as we conclude this and we wrap this up, just want you to know, in Unity we have what is called the prayer for protection. So I'm inviting us now to just be open and receptive. And if you don't mind, you can say it out loud with me, because that just reinforces the energy vibration. The light of God surround us. You are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. You are the love of God. The power of God protects us. You are the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us, and wherever we are, and wherever we go, and whatever we may do, just know that God is there, and all is well. We're in it to win it. What a game called life.